College basketball, the defended national champions. Let's roll out the red carpet for your Running Rebels.
Good evening, everybody, from the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. I'm Ross Porter with Sonny Vaccaro. It's an emotional moment. And right now, down on the court, the retiring head basketball coach of UC Irvine, Bill Mulligan, has just been presented with a gift by Jerry Tarkanian, Bill Mulligan Jr., in the wheelchair, being wheeled out by his dad. Bill, a 35-year coach, 11 years with Irvine, the final time he played in Las Vegas. And this is going to be a very special evening that's going to begin right now with the annual senior ceremony. 6 seniors playing their final home game. This is Jerry Tarkanian's wife, Lois, with the microphone. And beside her, Kathy Gergerich, who is the wife of assistant coach Tim Gergerich. And Sonny, year in and year out, this is always a tremendous ceremony, but I think about this year's, and we talked the other night about the fact that these are half a dozen special kids who are bound out in their final home game here tonight for UNLV.
Has given us a mountain of golden memories. We are very grateful to them and also grateful to their families for letting them be part of our program. And especially tonight, the Gergerich and Tarkanian families want to thank all of the many fans who have been with us these many years, the fans who have sat up high behind the pillars, who have gone to the fun games and the not so fun games, who've been with us through the glad and the sad time. We want you to know that your loyalty, your enthusiasm, and your dedication will be in our heart as wonderful memories forever. Thank you very much.
Ross, you were saying that this is a special group, and there's no question about it. Very few people have the opportunity to do something that these kids have accomplished and will continue to try and accomplish.
Of your national champion running rebels. First, welcome, if you will, the parents from Claremont, California, Lowell and Linda Rice. They join you in saluting their son, David.
His parents are here tonight.
David Rice,
Lowell and Linda Rice.
UNLV.
And David Rice
an infectious spirit to the program.
has been an excellent student. A 3.96 grade point average.
3.96 grade point
A
average.
Rhodes Scholarship candidate who finished third in the competition in the state of Nevada.
Among champions.
From Claremont, California. One of the great kids that we've been involved with over the years at UNLV.
Next, welcome, if you will, the family. Mother, Peggy Collins, and young son, Christian Rashad. On this night of champions, they join you in saluting their son, their father, Chris Jeter.
Chris Jeter transferred from the University of Missouri to UNLV, fifth-year senior. His mother and his young son are here tonight. And Jeter said, you know, Stacy Ogman and I have been here the longest of these seniors. And we are a very closely knit group. And Chris expressed the opinion of all of these seniors and saying it's going to be very difficult to leave this group of youngsters because these are friends that you make for life.
And I think
Professor of Social Work here at UNLV and her husband, Douglas Williams.
George Ackles' parents could not come from Pittsburgh. NCAA rules prohibit that.
Join you in
School can't help the parents come for a senior night like this. A lot of people don't think that's a very good rule, by the way.
I don't think that's one of the many
the UNLV basketball
not very good.
And so George Ackles being represented tonight by Esther Langston, a social work professor at UNLV, and her husband, Douglas Williams.
His sweeping rebound.
If I may interject on that, Ross, the shame about it is these kids are seniors. There's no illegal inducement. There's nothing negative to it at all. Every school should have a fund. You're talking about 4 or 5 kids maximum from a graduating class. It's a sin.
Ladies and gentlemen, a champion among champions, George Ackles.
George Ackles sat out last year. He's come back so strongly for his senior year.
I think George had a fine senior year, and I think he'll go to the lower first, but early second round of the draft, and I'm happy for him.
Texas, Dortha Johnson.
And now, from Dallas, Texas, this is Dortha Johnson, Larry's mother.
On this night of champions, she joins you.
And here he is, the first consensus All-America in the history of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. A man who turned down probably $15 million last year to come back for his senior year.
And there should be, all over the country, should be written that he came back, he's working towards graduation, he probably will graduate, he's a great basketball player, he's a fine human being. And often those words are said about people, and we've gotten a chance to know Larry, and I can say it, look anybody in the eyes, and say it's a pleasure to know him.
Census All-American, Larry Johnson. Next, welcome, if you will, the grandmother, Dorothy Brown, and Velma Beck.
Greg Anthony's mother and his grandmother scheduled to come out.
So it's a grandmother and an advisor. Well, she's very close to Greg.
Las Vegas Rancho High School, Greg Anthony. Greg is our only local senior. He came to
David
UNLV
Rice, Greg Anthony, very close, teammates on the road trip.
Once here, he made the ultimate adjustment.
Began his career at the University of Portland, came home,
to the point guard
said my
spot.
mother needed me here, and he turned into one of the great point guards in college basketball.
With a broken jaw that would have sidelined even the toughest of competitors. It was through his leadership his keen ability to get the ball into the right
He has
hands
said
at
it
the right
before,
time
one day I want to be a
that
United States
helped
Senator
UNLV
from
to his
Nevada.
first national championship.
I'm gonna put a bet on him. Whether it's a senator
Ladies
and
and
some sort of
gentlemen,
politics or not, Greg Anthony is going to be a success in life.
To become the all-time leader in Big West Conference history. Ladies and gentlemen, a champion among champions, Greg Anthony.
And finally,
and now, welcome, if
Stacey
you
Ockman.
will, our final guest, the mother from Pasadena,
his
California,
mother's here tonight from Pasadena.
Burnett Smith. On this night of champions, Burnett Smith joins you in saluting her son, Stacey Ockman. Stacey, a four-year senior, and what a 4 years he has provided Runnin' Rebel fans. His acrobatic slams have taken our breath away, while his tenacious defense has taken the breath of his opponents. He has won the Henry Iba Corinthian Award as the nation's top defensive player. He has proudly represented the United States
close
in the Olympic
friends here,
Games.
kidding each other.
He has been everything
Ross,
any
I'm going
coach
to say something.
would
The
want
many
in a
banners
college
they have
player.
up here,
Ladies
their
and
entire
gentlemen,
jerseys,
a
there's two
champion
kids that
among
their
champions,
jerseys should be retired in
Stacey
honor. Stacey Ockman and Larry Johnson. No two men have ever done more for one university.
They might have a seasonal high crowd here tonight, around 20,000. Listen to them roar.
We pride Las Vegas, we pride basketball fans. We watch the great teams, great athletes, and great young men.
I know it's awfully hard to compare college basketball teams. All I'll say is this is one of the best we've ever seen.
No one can be any better at any era, at any stage of their playing career.
I went over to wish Bill Mulligan well tonight, Sonny, before the game. We started talking. He said, this is the best college team I have ever seen, Ross, and that includes the UCLA teams when I was in Los Angeles coaching.
Well, I think Bill's going to be on a bandwagon for a lot of people. These kids just continue in their mindset the next 8
All right.
games.
Those of us
David Rice.
who are seniors would just like to say a very special thank you to those of you who've supported us so well over the years. And in our minds, it's for two reasons that the Running Rebel basketball program is what it is. First of all, it's because we play for the greatest coach in the history of basketball, Coach Tarkanian.
This is his favorite
But then
team, I think,
second of
Sonny.
all,
Yes, there's no
it's
question
because
about
we
it.
also play in front of the greatest fans in the history of college basketball. And so it's because of fans like you that special accomplishments like national championships mean so much. Thank you very much.
Very fitting, very nice.
Very, very nice.
You know, Ross, the people who are watching us, you know, all over the West Coast tonight, it's not two people who obviously we know the Rebels were more in tune with them than any other team, but this is sincere feelings that I get, and I know you have also, talking the last couple of years. I can't say enough about the kids themselves. They are great people, and they're going to be credits to everything they do in the future. I can sincerely believe that.
This team, senior dominated, goes into play tonight, having won the last 35 games they played, 24 of them this season, 45 of the last 46. And Jerry Tarkanian, who waited so long for that elusive first national championship, realizes that this club could go back-to-back.
The UC Irvine Anteaters. So let's meet and greet their starting lineup.
And I think it was a nice tribute in his own way for Bill Mulligan to allow his team to stay out and see this. A lot of coaches would have taken their kids back into the dressing room.
Very, very nice. Well, Bill's been a credit to the game himself. Everything he's done has been first class all his life. He started the situation in Irvine that really wasn't the best thing. He's made him competitive. In fact, I think he's beaten Jerry more than any other.
He has.
Is that right?
Beat him 6 times in the 1980s. Nobody else could do that.
And he has been blessed with the greatest of talent in the world.
The Irvine starters, Jeff Herdman at 1 forward, 6'7" senior from Mission Viejo. Jeff Von Lutzo, the other forward, 6'9" sophomore from Glendora. Ricky Butler at center, 6'7" senior from Linwood. The guards are Craig Marshall, 6'2" sophomore from Santa Ana, and Gerald McDonald, 6' junior from Centennial High in Los Angeles. Irvine had won 9, lost 18. They beat Fullerton the other night. And as we say, for Bill Mulligan, his final regular season road game. He's got 2 home games and then the conference tournament. Now the Running Rebels to be introduced. And we'll see 4 of these seniors again. In fact, we're going to see, Jerry's going to do something special tonight. He's going to start not only 5 seniors. He told Sonny and me just before the game, he may start not only David Rice in place of Anderson Hunt, he may also send his other senior, Chris Jeter, out, knowing that he would be assessed a technical foul, but just as a tribute to all 6 seniors.
And I thought it was a wonderful idea. I know he's talking to Coach Mulligan and officials because he definitely didn't want to upstage anyone. So everyone will be aware of what is happening right now if, in fact, we do get it through. They're playing here, playing for great teams like this with great memories. The one thing that has been consistent, you and I have always noticed, Ross, no matter how much the Rebel fan, the Rebels were winning by, the fans would stay until the last 10 seconds of the game. And tonight, I think you're right. It looks like there's more in this place than I've ever seen since I've been coming to these games.
I was told, Sonny, and here's Chris Jeter, the first one to be introduced. I was told that they oversold by 1,500 tickets for this game today, and they're going to try to get as many people in as they can. It's the final home game. The record is a little over 20,000 for the Navy game here 5 years ago when David Robinson was a star for the Middies. And he did it. He put all 6 out there.
Out there.
I'll say this, I wouldn't want to be in Billy Mulligan's shoes after this emotional ceremony to have your team go out on the court against him, huh? All right, we'll be set to go in a moment with the opening tip-off from the Thomas and Mack Center, UNLV and UC Irvine. Back in a minute.
Copy 14 minutes to Valley Hospital, conference clear at 16.
They're stable. Any sign of hypotension? Stand by. X-rays here, CT. So when do you guys drive me over to Valley Hospital? Chest tube pressure? Real good. I call X-ray. I don't feel well.
Okay, get the
Blood pressure?
His temperature is really high.
Good.
And his color looks good.
Healthcare this good is easy to find at Valley Hospital.
8 years ago, ARCO made the changes you wanted. Quality gasoline at low prices, 24-hour service, convenient locations throughout the Las Vegas Valley, and products that offer the best value for your money. 8 years later, we haven't changed. Southern Nevadans still benefit from ARCO's long-standing policy of customer satisfaction. ARCO, making life easier for Southern Nevada.
I will go with you.
My new Ford Explorer is the perfect truck.
Perfect car.
It's great for skiing or off-road.
Or for business trips, going out on the town.
It's Four Wheeler Magazine's Truck of the Year.
I think it's very cosmopolitan.
It's built Ford tough to stand up.
It's a very comfortable and practical car.
Godden Ford has a great selection of four-door or two-door Explorers starting as low as $14,997.
And the best part is we got it from Godden Ford. And they know all about tough trucks.
And great deals.
You've been injured. It was an accident, but you've been hurt. An insurance company has offered a settlement. Should you take it? Hello, my name's David Allen. My law firm concentrates on personal injury cases. Fact is, insurance companies are interested in saving themselves as much money as possible, but it's your hurt, your pain, and the law provides for your suffering. Don't be pressured into a settlement. Call us. We can help.
David Allen and Associates, concentrating on injury cases like yours.
The crowd buzzing here. 5 of the Rebels came out, and then quickly Chris Jeter darted from the bench. There are 6 UNLV players on the floor. A technical foul will probably be assessed. Jerry Tarkanian with a big smile on his face across the way. But this is what he wanted to do tonight.
They have to throw it up there, Ross, to make it official to get a technical. They should call right after it's tipped.
Willis McJunkin, the referee, will put the ball in the air. It's tipped. The whistle blows. Technical foul, UNLV. The most popular technical foul in college basketball history.
That was great. That was great. That was good.
Look at Tark giving Chris Jeter a bear hug over there.
And let's also give Coach Mulligan a bear hug, too. That was good showmanship and good sportsmanship.
Yeah. Billy with a big smile on his face down in the Irvine bench. Good friends for over 30 years, Mulligan and Tarkanian, going against each other perhaps for the final time tonight. All right, to the foul line will go Jeff Von Lutzow, who's 82% on the year. It'll be 2 free throws, and then the ball out of bounds. Working with Willis McJunkin tonight, the other officials are Lonnie Dixon and Bill Gianpuito. Irvine lost to the Rebels by 41 points down in Orange County earlier in the season. And it's 2-0 UCI tonight. That final score, January 17th, was 117-76. Irvine led early 8-4, and the Rebels scored 12 straight points. And blew it over. All right, bringing the ball in now, Gerald McDonald. He feeds the ball, backdoor cut, it comes to Herdman, and Herdman's jump shot is good. So it is 4-0 in favor of Irvine. Herdman had 31 2 nights ago against Cal State Fullerton. So the Rebels are down. We played 20 seconds. Here's Ogden around Herdman to the baseline, and a foul will be called on Herdman. The Rebels tonight shooting for their 2nd consecutive unbeaten year at the Thomas and Mack Center. They won all 12 games in Las Vegas so far this season, 17 here last year, the Final 4 the year before, so they've won 33 in a row in this building since Oklahoma beat them by 2 the day Stacey King scored 48 points for the Sooners. Another Stacey Ogden misses the free throw. He had a bad shooting night Sunday on Thursday.
Yes, he did.
Free throw shooting.
Just to go over that, he was pretty sick Thursday night. I don't think anyone knew until the game was over.
He's 73% on the season. He gives the Rebels their first point. And it's 4-1, UC Irvine. Here's a pass to the other end. And it was tipped out of bounds by Larry Johnson to the Rebels. All right, Herdman, the all-time three-point basket king for Irvine with 105, gets it in. And Dave Rice comes over the loose ball. Greg Anthony. Anthony down the middle, take it all the way, lay it up, around, and missed it. Ricky Butler knocked it over to Herdman. Von Lutzow. Von Lutzow in the air, and he makes it 6-1 in favor of UC Irvine. So the Anteaters came out. They weren't fazed by all of that hoopla before the game.
All right, David Rice.
Dave Rice makes it 6-3 in favor of Irvine. He had 9 up at Reno back in December for his one-game high. We played 57 seconds. Anderson Hunt, the only junior on the starting 5 for the Rebels, on the bench at the start. Three-pointer from outside, no good by Herdman. Larry Johnson, who averages 11 rebounds a game, to Anthony up the far side to Ogman. Lob to Ackles, he overshot him. Rice tries to save it, can't get there. And the ball goes to UC Irvine.
George stopped running and Stacey led too far.
Larry Johnson had a big game at Irvine, 25 points, 16 rebounds, 4 block shots, and only played 29 minutes. 4 other Rebels were in double figures that night. Herdman had 5 3-point baskets and 18 for UCI in that game. 6-3 Irvine. Gerald McDonald shot way offline, grabbed by Ogden. To Anthony. Anthony down the middle, great pass, Larry Johnson in now. Great reverse, over the head, lay in. 6-5 now in favor of UC Irvine. Herdman guarded by Dave Rice. Brings it out to Craig Marshall. Ogden is on him. We're on the simulcast again tonight, radio and television. Rebels going left to right on your radio dial. First half, here's a foul in the lane. It'll be called on Dave Rice, as leaning in to take the shot was Jeff Herdman.
He just completely got past him real quick. Greg almost got a double steal off of that. David had a steal, had a basket, now he made a foul. He got a triple.
Jeff Herdman's a 79% free throw shooter. He went 5 for 5 on 3-pointers the other night against Fullerton. He's had a couple big games against the Rebels in his career. He's a senior. He nets the free throw for his 3rd point and gives Irvine a 7-5 lead. Strangely, Sonny, coming into the game tonight, Jeff Herdman and Ricky Butler each had 485 points this year. Now Herdman's made his 4th point. Butler hadn't scored, and it's 8-5 Anteaters. Here's a steal by Marshall. Goes into the corner to Von Lutzo underneath the Butler, and Larry Johnson reached in and knocked it out of bounds. Ricky Butler was sensational Thursday night against Cal State Fullerton. He tried 13 shots from the field. You know how many he made? 13. Underneath, we got traveling call before Von Lutzo could put it up.
Butler was a fine high school basketball player. He has some ability. He doesn't look like, looks a little bit like Charles Barkley.
Well, he weighed about 275 at one time. Here's Ogden going in for a 2-handed dunk.
His mother liked that, Ross. Just to let him shut that. Big smile on his face.
8-7 Irvine, 2.5 minutes deep into the game. Jerry standing up across the way, hands in pockets, a little scowl on his face. Well, he was so happy during the pregame ceremony.
Yes, he was.
Anthony picking up McDonald. Rebels have never led. The 2 technical fouls put him behind. The technical free throw did it. To the lane, hanging for a 13-foot bank and missing. McDonald underneath the follow shot. Not good by Von Lutzo. The next one is good. Butler's first 2 points tonight. 10-7 Irvine. Full court pressure for UCI. We haven't seen much of that employed against the Rebels this year. Johnson into the right corner to Ogden. Back out to Anthony. Over to Rice. To Anthony. Back to David. Drops the ball. Picks it up. Brings it out to Greg. Anthony lobbed down to Ogden. To the left baseline. Goes up to shoot. Nice block in there by Jeff Von Lutzo. Bringing the ball back now is McDonald. He gives to Herdman. Herdman's 12-foot jump shot's good. And Irvine's 5 points ahead. All right, time to get serious, say the Rebel fans. Close to Anthony up into forecourt. I'd expect we'd see Anderson Hunt before much longer. Here's Anthony's 3-pointer. Good. For Greg, that's his 31st tray. He's at 39% of those long shots. 12-10 UC Irvine. Coaches hate to make substitutions that break up continuity, don't they?
They all fall into that trap.
Yeah. McDonald dribbling outside again for Rice. Down low. Butler leads in. Michael blocked the shot out of bounds. We got a timeout. 15:44 to go in the first half. UC Irvine 12, UNLV 10. We'll be back in a minute.
When you're in 3rd grade and have a chance to meet and talk to the national champion running Rebels, what could be better? That's what the Horseshoe Stars is all about. It's a special program created by Dr. Lois Tarkanian and sponsored by the Binion family. It encourages Las Vegas 3rd graders to study, to stay in school, stay off drugs, and stay out of youth gangs. It gives them direct access to the runnin' rebels as role models and friends. Great stuff for any third grader.
Superior Tire and Auto Service Centers, your family-owned Goodyear dealer for 48 years, has a super deal to get you rolling this new year. With any set of 4 Goodyear tires, you'll get a great bonus of a Cellular One car phone free. Put the world's best tires on your vehicle and get a free car phone to put inside it from the world's premier cellular service company, Cellular One. This is a limited time offer. Check the yellow pages for one of the 9 Superior Tire and Auto Service Centers nearest you.
Superior Tire and Auto Service Center.
You go first.
No, you.
Okay,
Okay, like, they're totally gross, and I hate the music.
Hate it.
I mean, they don't play Madonna.
They don't play Madonna.
Or New Kids on the Block.
No way,
Comp 92.3, the rock of Las Vegas. It's not for everybody.
Canadians running Rebels have never had the lead tonight, despite the fact they made 4 of their first 6 shots. UC Irvine's made 4 of 9. And Bill Mulligan, who will celebrate his 61st birthday tomorrow, at least has had, well, 4 minutes and 16 seconds of bliss.
You're right. David Rice is still in there.
Yes, he is.
You know, a nice gesture on Jerry's part.
Here's a long three-pointer, no good by Herdman. And Rice lets it go out of bounds. It almost went into the lap of Anderson Hunt, who's not worried about his starting job, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Many minutes ahead for Anderson.
All right, Anthony brings it up. The Rebels look for at least a tie, if not the lead on a three-pointer. Ogman down low to Ackles, turns in, jump shot from 8, no good. Larry Johnson got to tie the ball game with a dunk. Larry told me this afternoon, son, he said, I may dunk and run back courtside and kiss my mom on the way down to another court.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
In the ball game, Don May for UC Irvine for the first time. He handled it briefly, comes back out to Herdman. He gives to May, jumps out of the way. Bank is in there. Don May is a special young man. He graduated in 3 years with a degree in economics at UC Irvine. Last June. Hung around to play another year of college basketball. Love those stories, don't you?
You're right. That's what's nice.
14-12 in favor of Irvine. Anderson Hunt's going to come in when he can. Rice fires out of the corner, in and out. Ackles one hands it out to Ogman. Ogman puts it up, misses. Underneath, the follow shot by Stacy, right-handed is good. Great effort. 14 all. Ogman's got 5. McDonald. Herdman. Butler in the lane. Pump fake. Ackles took it away from him. Rebels look for their first lead. It's to Anthony. Craig into the corner. Ogman for 3. Count it.
Before the game, Stacy must have taken 75 shots from that spot.
Did he? He has 8 points. Here's a steal by Anthony. Going down against McDonald. And he throws it back to Herdman. He thought his teammate was the trailer, and it happened to be Jeff Herdman instead of Irvine.
That'll make the highlights go, Greg.
17-14, running Rebels. We played a little over 6 minutes. And a 5-second violation as McDonald didn't penetrate.
There was the athletic just awareness of it, Greg. He made a little mistake, and he was embarrassed. And he worked effort harder than that right there.
All right, Dave Rice will leave, and the fans applauding. They got a chance to start tonight. Anderson Hunt in for Dave Rice. All right, bringing the ball up, Greg Anthony to Hunt. To Anthony to Ogman. Ackles flashes across the top of the key, comes out to Anderson. Greg for 3. In, out, stays out. Ricky Butler with a rebound. He gives to Dylan Rigdon. Dylan playing on a sore ankle up in the forecourt, and Anthony knocked the ball out of bounds. Rigdon from Laguna Beach, 6'3" sophomore, had a 31-point game against Fresno State. And when he's hot, Dylan Rigdon is about as good an outside shooter as there is in the Big West Conference. He had one game last year, went 9 for 9 against Fullerton, and 7 of them were 3-point shots. Double teaming action by Hunt and Anthony. However, Herdman around the 2 Rebels. Brings it out to Don May, the youngster out of Illinois. Over in the side, just in the ballgame, putting up a 3-pointer, and sinking it for Irvine is Cornelius Banks out of Crenshaw High in L.A. And so the Anteaters have tied it at 17-17. Larry Johnson brings it up, goes to the baseline to Ogman. He dunks again. Great look by Larry Johnson. Now a steal. Here's Anthony back. Take it all the way to the hoop. One-handed dunk. Enough of this being pressed. Let's turn it on, say the Rebels. 21-17, UNLV. Ogman with 10 points. Anthony with 5. Johnson with the other 4. Here's a turnover. Rebels have got it. Anthony, 70-foot pass up into the corner. Hunt for 3. No good. On the long bounce, it goes to Ricky Butler of UC Irvine. Gives back to Rigdon. Anderson Hunt picks up Herdman and takes the pass to Butler. Working to Mackles, taking the loop. George blocked it, fouled him. Second foul on the Rebels. Dave Rice had the other. I'm Ross Porter with Sonny Vaccaro. Denny McGarvey, our statistician. Now we've got Von Lutzo and McDonald coming back on the floor for Irvine, and Rigdon limps out along with May, and Dillon's favored at ankle. To the free throw line, Ricky Butler is only 59% this year on foul shots. For his third point. Hey, Ohio State almost got beat today, Sonny. They were 17-point favorites at home, and the second-ranked Buckeyes beat Minnesota by 1, 63-62. Butler makes the second.
Notre Dame gave St. John's a heck of a game also.
2-point game tonight. St. John's wins at 57-55. 21-19 here in favor of the Rebels. Anthony and Ogden, another two-handed dunk. A great read by Greg Anthony.
Excellent. I thought Spencer was going to delay it there for a while and just tip it away from Stacy.
Elmore Spencer's in there for the Rebels, replacing George Ackles. Spencer put a little pressure on Butler in front of the Rebel bench. Tarkanian says to Willis McJunkin, he stepped out of bounds, Willis. Willis didn't see it, Tark.
Then Jerry wanted 5 seconds, which I think was
and he gets the 5-second violation. Eight turnovers in Irvine. Timeout, 11:55 to go in a half. UNLV 23, UC Irvine 19. We'll be back in Las Vegas in a minute.
So I said, lease? You're telling me that I should lease the Mercedes?
He loved the car, but he was completely in the dark about leasing.
I said, I'm going to take a lot of convincing.
So I sat him down, and I told him about our special leasing program. Since the new leasing payments on most 1991 cars are now surprisingly affordable.
It was starting to make sense.
Leasing a Mercedes could actually cost you less than you ever thought possible.
Leasing. These days it does make a lot of sense.
If you like the old Iron Horse, voted #1 by locals for the best breakfast specials as well as exceptional values for lunch and dinner, then you're going to love the all-new Iron Horse Cafe. Same great specials, a totally new restaurant, and an expanded menu that goes all the way to China. Featuring authentic Chinese cuisine served from lunch to late night. The 24-hour Iron Horse Cafe.
The Palace Station. Play the favorite.
Put your body in action with Hot Sports Fashions.
Las Vegas Sports Center has the lowest prices in town. Fitness fashion with a street attitude for less. Get the look that gets the looks. Only at Las Vegas Sports Center.
Hot Sports Fashions.
Travel arranged through U.S. Air, offering convenient daily non-stops between Las Vegas and Southern California. U.S. Air, America's most frequent flyer. The Rebels didn't have their full concentration at the start after all the pregame ceremony, but now they've settled down. They lead 23-19 after twice trailing by as many as 5 points early. Rebels back on offense. It goes down low to Larry Johnson. Out to Stacey Ogman, who's had a superb offensive opening 8 minutes. Down low to Larry from Anthony. Larry turns in, pump fake, shoots over on Lutzo, makes it, he's fouled. Almost unstoppable, that close.
As we said many times, either he makes sure he's getting fouled when he gets it down low. He's too strong not to get off a shot.
On the scoreboard tonight at Logan with 1 minute to go, Utah State leading Long Beach State 86-80. At halftime, Fresno State's trailing Pacific 43-37. Halftime, New Mexico State 30, San Jose State 22. And halftime, Cal State Fullerton 37, UC Santa Barbara 28. Larry Johnson sinks the free throw, so he's got 7 points. And the Rebels open up a 26-19 lead. The ball knocked out of bounds by the Rebels.
We had some celebrities go past. MC Hammer.
That's Evander Holyfield over there.
Evander Holyfield.
They had a shocking upset here tonight in Las Vegas earlier in the evening. Macho Camacho, a 10-1 underdog, got beat by Greg Haugen in a split decision downtown.
You know, Greg was at the game on whenever we had the game, Wednesday
Thursday
night. Thursday night. Yeah. He told me, and obviously, you know, everyone says that you're supposed to if you're playing. He said, no, you don't understand. I'm going to win. I'm tougher than he is.
Spencer blocks the shot. Here come the Rebels with the run. Hunt for a layup. Got it.
That was Patrick Vegas. 1.5 seconds down the court layup. 2.
Rebels have scored the last 7 points to build a 9-point lead at 28-19. A little over 11 minutes to go in the first half. The Thomas and Mack Center, and this place is jam-packed tonight. Are they in the aisles? Yes, they are.
They got to be jam-packed. You go to MC Evander Holyfield sitting in the end zone. Let's put everything in proper place, Rod.
Here's Von Lutzow hitting a foul line jumper for Irvine to make it 28-21. UCI keeps the pressure on. The Rebels break it. Johnson alley-oop to Ogman off the glass. It comes to Irvine's Gerald McDonald. He hustles back into forecourt on our simulcast. We're on KDWN on the Rebel Radio Network. And also happy to be tonight on KDOC in Southern California, Prime Cable in Las Vegas. Later on the KBVU. Here's a steal by Anderson, none of the Rebels. He comes back with Anthony, gives to Larry Johnson, back over to Greg, saves the ball, back on the court to Anderson, puts up a long shot, no good, comes down to the fly, McDonald takes it away. He comes down with Anthony behind him, and Greg came up and slapped the ball out of bounds from behind. Wall-to-wall action, that's what you like.
Wake up, America, they're going to come again.
The Rebels down to their final 3 regular season games. They got a big one Monday night at Las Cruces against New Mexico State. Next Saturday night in Fullerton. Here's a ball coming in the backcourt. That's legal. McDonald can go get it on an inbounds pass like that. Here's a long 3-pointer in and out for Jim Herdman. Larry Johnson with a UNLV rebound to Anthony. Rebels leading by 7 halfway through the half to Spencer. The 7-footer turns in. Shot no good, but Ricky Butler fouled him.
Elmo needs one good hard summer of constant work, playing his offensive moves. Even this move right here, a shorter man like Butler watching him, he's got to go learn to go right over top of Ross.
You know what he does too, Sonny, is he drops a lot of passes. In practice here Thursday before the game, Turk stopped practice. He said, Elmore, we have thrown you 20 passes in practice and you haven't dropped a 1. There's no reason why you can't do that in the game tonight.
Game concentration is much different than practice, and you know that.
Yep. Elmore misses the free throw. One more coming.
Hitting fungos, same thing. Hitting ground balls, you know, between innings, all that is different than the game, the tension. Everything comes into it.
Of course, there you got the excuse of a bad hop. Elmore makes the second free throw.
The way these guys play in the Major League, there's nothing on it. There's no more stones, Rod. No more. Those days are over.
29-21, running rolls. Here's Rigdon back in the game, throwing the ball away because the man he was throwing to slipped. Here's Ivan going the other way for a one-handed dunk.
A tomahawk, I think they call that one. He had it in his elbow.
Wow. We got to bring his mother over here more often.
God bless her.
31-21. Pass down low. Spencer goes up and fouls Jeff Von Lutzow. Good pass by Cornelius Banks. Arkansas, big winner today. The second-ranked Razorbacks clobbered Texas A&M, 111-72. Third-rated North Carolina beat Clemson, 73-57.
See, Elmore, we mentioned it the other night again. He reacts slowly on defense.
A step slow,
yes,
isn't he?
Yes. That's why I said one hard summer of work, good hard practice, but you got to get a mental concentration. That's what brings you that next level. Mentally, you got to want it. You got to want to suffer. You got to want to pay the price to be good.
Yep. Jeff Von Lutzow makes his 3rd straight free throw tonight. He's had 7 points. It's 31-22 UNLV. We're talking about the Rebels who leave tomorrow for Las Cruces, having a tough game Monday night. New Mexico State's won 29 in a row at the Pan Am Center. Only Arizona and UNLV have longer home court winning streaks in college basketball. Von Lutzow's second free throw makes it an 8-point game. Ogman comes back and lays it in off the glass on the left side.
What he did there was take his body away from a dunk and roll it in, Roz.
16 for Ogman in the first half. 33-23, 9:19 to go. Banks to Rigdon. Rigdon lobbed down, and Spencer knocks it out of bounds.
This is an A&Z Stacey Ogman. The other day he was sick. Today he's back to full, and his mother, he's playing before his mother also.
He came in the basketball office this afternoon to watch the UCLA game. Tim Gergerich and Ron Adams, two of the assistant coaches, came in and said, how do you feel? He said, I'll be okay. Yeah, I guess he is.
Yes, he is.
Ball knocked out of bounds for the Rebels. UNLV by 10. These teams not afraid to put it up. The Rebels put up 91 shots in the game in Reno this year. Irvine's had 2 games in which they put it up 89 times. Ball knocked out of bounds by Ogden.
Anytime you play Bill Mulligan type team, they go up and down the court.
Yeah,
they play
we
basketball.
mentioned that the other night, Sonny, the fact that as basketball purists, you have to admire the fact that Mulligan has never tried to duck the Rebels. He's run down and score with them night after night. Here's a 2-pointer now.
It's funny because he was the one who's most successful, too.
Yeah. 33-25 Rebels. The 9-minute mark. Anthony out to Ogman. Cross courts to Hunt. Hunt back in the lane to Spencer. Down low to Larry Johnson. Great pass and lays it there. Nicely done by Omar. 35-25. Larry Johnson now with 9 points in the first half at 26 here against Pacific and 11 rebounds Thursday night. With the ball outside, here's Banks leaning in. Blocked by Spencer. Foul by Elmore. Must have got him on the wrist.
I thought he made a good play that time.
It looked pretty good, didn't it?
Thought he made a good play. We'll catch it here on the replay, Ross. He beat Stacy clean. Stacy did not foul. Now he got him with his body a little bit.
Yeah,
he got the ball clean with his hand.
Yeah. Rebels doing a good job in this ball game on their fast break opportunities. They've converted 6 of 8, and they've almost all been Ogman.
Yes. They would have 1 or 2 the other night?
They didn't have any till the second half. Making the free throw is the left-hander Cornelius Banks. He's 89% on the year. He's now made 24 out of 27. He's got 1 more coming. He can pull Irvine within 8. 8.5 minutes to go in the first half, and Cornelius also made the second one. 35-27. Rebels didn't lead until they broke a 14-all tie on Ogman's three-pointer. Speaking of three-pointers, Johnson turns one down. Out to Anderson. He won't turn it down. Too long. Tipped out to Larry Johnson. Lob to Elmore for a dunk. Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a great pass from Larry Johnson.
Touch.
Yes, it was. It was a great pass.
37-27 on our simulcast. We're on radio and television. Here's Anderson up putting a lot of pressure on Jeff Irvin. Goes around him. Pass tip to Anthony. He'll feed Anderson. Anderson can catch up with it. Hunt's down there. He's got a layup.
He outran the ball. They know each other so well.
Look at Anderson's smile. He had to go about 60 feet just to catch the ball. He got there just in time and had just enough room to lay it back in. Irvine misses. Johnson rebounds. Here's Anthony all the way. Laying up and in.
And a foul, I believe.
Will they allow the basket? Maybe not. Going to call a foul on Cornelius Banks.
Did they give it to him?
No. Don't believe so. Timeout. 7:43 to go in the first half. UNLV, number 1 in the country. 39. UC Irvine, 27. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Wilden. At Wilden's Pride Dodge, we're slashing prices during our 3rd anniversary sale. Select this 1991 Shadow America, the lowest priced American car, for just $74.98. The sporty 91 Spirit for only $96.50, or truly one of America's most luxurious cars, the 91 Dodge Dynasty, for $11,788. All are equipped with driver's airbags. Come see us at Wilden's Pride Dodge. You'll be glad you did.
At Pride Dodge. At Pride Dodge.
A hint of music, an open heart, the scent of mesquite. Unforgettable moments. It doesn't take a special occasion to make an occasion special. The Steakhouse, quietly nestled in the heart of Circus Circus.
Gary Martin, President, Nevada Copy Systems.
Nevada is many things to many people, but for those of us who call Nevada home, there's a strong sense of community pride. Whether it's the running Rebels in Las Vegas or the resurgence of Reno's spirit, but mostly Nevada is people, decent, hardworking people who know there's a right way to do business. We're proud to be part of the Nevada business community.
Call Nevada Copy Systems, the authority in office technology.
Call 736-COPY.
Those running rebels are the superstars of Las Vegas, but there's another superstar in Las Vegas that always ranks #1, the magnificent Las Vegas Hilton, the world's most exciting resort hotel, where you'll find more than 3,000 luxurious rooms and suites, dazzling top-name entertainment in the world-famous Hilton showroom, outstanding dining in 14 internationally themed restaurants, state-of-the-art health club, and much, much more. So make the Las Vegas Hilton your Las Vegas headquarters. For reservations, call toll-free 800-732-7117 or 800-HILTONS. That's the Las Vegas Hilton, the superstar of Las Vegas. The Rebels have the ball. Greg Anthony drives the basket. This one's no good. Larry Johnson controls it in the lane. Put it back up from 2 and score. 41-27, the Rebels. Gerald McDonald with it over the side to Herdman. Down under a pass goes. The shot missed. Ricky Butler puts it back up. No foul. Don May's got on the other side. Left-handed shot no good. Comes out to Ogman. He fires it down to Hunt. Hunt going in against Banks. Laid up and blew the layup. That time he got too far.
He got a little cute there, I think.
Yeah, he did. 7:05 to go in the half. The Rebels by 14. They trailed early tonight, 6-1 and 12-7. After Jerry Tarkanian started 6th senior. That's right, 6. He got a technical. 2 free throws by Irvine put him ahead, and they enjoyed the lead for better than 4 minutes to start the game. All right, here's Banks from outside for 3, no good. Larry Johnson another rebound to Anthony. Anthony up the middle. Alley-oop to Ogman. Tipped though by Herdman. Comes to Banks. Went to the well once too often. 3-pointer outside, but Herdman no good. Anthony went in there with Hunt. Thrown back on the floor to Herdman. Herdman sets, fires up a 3-pointer. No good. He's not afraid to gun it, is he? Underneath, there's a follow shot that's good, and they'll give that. Cornelius Banks at the other end. There's Larry Johnson Stubbs.
Larry's playing goalie that time. He said, I'll stay back here and protect the offensive end instead of the defensive end.
Rebels hitting about 2/3 of their shots so far tonight. And Greg Anthony with 7 assists has set a Big West Conference assist record. Here's an off-balance shot in and out. Tough shot. Darnold underneath the ball. Coming to Ogman after a deflection. He throws in the front court to Johnson. 43-29. The pass heads over into the Irvine bench area. Touched last by one of the Anteaters. And now the Rebels will send in H. Wallman and Everett Gray for the first time, along with George Ackles. And taking a seat on the UNLV bench, Greg Anthony, Stacey Ogman, and Elmore Spencer. Here's the first final score of the night coming in from the Big West Conference up at Logan. Utah State just held on and beat Cal State Long Beach 90-89. Anderson Hunt 3-pointer is offline and is rebounded by newcomer Gabe Higa, 6'5" freshman of Lancaster, California, in the game for Irvine. 5.5 minutes to go before intermission. 43-29 in favor of top-ranked UNLV. Higgins with the left-hander. It's no good. Don May follows. It's no good. And Larry Johnson with another rebound. He must have 8 in the first half.
Very good, Ross. I think he has 8 in the first half.
Thank you very much. Here's Everett Gray to the baseline. Around his man. Don May blocked it. It heads out of bounds, and UNLV will keep it.
We were saying Don May this evening for a while, and there was a great player out of Dayton named Don May.
Sure was. I thought about the same thing, Sonny.
Big-time player. He had
very good point.
In fact, I think he had a big-time game against UCLA, one of their championship games.
Right. Dayton went to the finals one year.
Yes, lost in overtime in the semifinals to UCLA that particular year. I think they go to the semifinals.
The Rebels have the ball. Johnson takes a pass from Wallman, goes back to H in the lane to Ackles. Pump fake, 9-footer around. Needs a bounce, didn't get it. Followed by Everett Gray, though, is good. Took a while for the Rebels to get warmed up, but now they're pretty full here, I'd say. 45-29 in favor of UNLV. Here's a follow shot underneath by Don May. Somebody didn't block out for the Rebels. 45-31. 4:44 to go in the half. Johnson down the lane. One-handed dunk at the rim. And a foul on Everett Gray. He went over the back of Craig Marshall.
Larry wasn't quite Michael. He was a little far out to get that slam. Left a little far.
If you're wondering about the difference in the assist total of Greg Anthony and Danny Tarkanian, when Danny played, it was a PCAA for a couple of years and then the Big West, and they count that as 2 conferences, so that's kind of a technicality. Danny's still got about 17 more assists than Greg, but they're 2 good ones. All right, Dylan Rigdon's 3-pointer. He banked it in off the glass.
Banked it from an angle.
Goodness. Degree of difficulty, 8.2. 45-44, and the Rebels get 2. Anderson Hunt. He's got 6 points. 37-34. The other end, they'll whistle interrupts play, and a foul will be called on the Rebels. Larry Johnson missed his first shot tonight. Since then, he's made 6 in a row. He has 13 points. Stacy Ogman on the bench has 16.
Ross, just go back on that assist record, Greg and Danny.
Yeah.
Was that for the... Because Greg only played, what, 2 years or 3 years? Did Danny get 4 years?
That's right. Greg had 3 here.
And I think that Danny had 4.
And Danny had 4.
Yes. So is that
Just
a total?
He went to Dixie. That's right, up in Utah.
Okay, so they both played the same. Okay.
All right, Rigdon throws the ball almost to midcourt. It's saved out there by Marshall. Over in the corner comes the Jeff Bonaluzzo on our simulcast. Out to Rigdon. Ricky Butler turnaround jump shot from 16, no good. And Larry Johnson's got another rebound to Anthony. Anthony holds it up with 3:50 to go. Larry's three-pointer now is no good. It's rebounded by Jeff Hurton.
He's wanted that like last 5 shots down.
Yep. Jeff Hurton puts up a three-pointer. It didn't even hit the iron. Here's Anthony rebounding down to Hunt. Cherry picking, and he scores.
Anderson Hunt is playing Jerry Rice tonight. Release quick, go long.
15-point Rebel lead at 49-34. Von Lutzo. Marshall breaking off balance, and Anthony fouled him.
It's going to be a 3-shot foul, I think,
yes,
Ross.
it will be.
I got a feeling, I don't know what the numbers are at the end, and our great statistician going to show us here. I think it's a 3. Yes, it is. I'll bet you Irvine shoots more threes than anybody in the league is tonight. How do you think is a record
Well,
being set here? They seem to be in that pattern.
All right. To show you how true that is, Sonny Vaccaro, UC Irvine is 3rd in the nation in three-point field goals made per game. They average 9 a night. UNLV is 6th, averaging 8.7.
I didn't realize that, and there we are on target. It seems to be they're just working around and trying to get the 3 and going for it.
Yep. All right, Dylan Rigdon, another good free throw shooter, 82% this year. Makes the first one. 49-35. Irvine's played hard.
Yes, they have. And again, without fear. They're going up and they're throwing the ball up, playing basketball.
Rebels lead in this all-time series 20-7. It all began in 1966. And strangely enough, 1966 was the year that Jerry Tarkanian recommended Bill Mulligan for the Riverside City College job, and he got it.
That's where it starts. How can you be mad at the guy that helped you get a job?
Right. Rigdon did make all 3 free throws. Timeout, 3:20 to go in the half. UNLV 49, UC Irvine 37. We'll be back at the Thomas and Mack in a minute.
Years ago, gold was only $161 an ounce. 8 years ago, a Janisaro was only $6,000. 3 years ago, a New York penthouse was only $1 million. And this year, a Lexus ES250 is only $21,300. Visit Fletcher Jones Lexus while opportunity is still knocking.
A reputation you could ride on Big O tires.
Big O gives you one of the toughest tire warranties around. You get a flat, we fix it. And if we can't fix it, you get a new tire. It's that simple. We'll rotate your tires every 5,000 miles, and when they need to be rebalanced, we'll do it. And it's free for the life of your Big O tires. That's Big O.
A reputation you could ride.
5 Las Vegas locations to serve you.
8 years ago, ARCO made the changes you wanted. Quality gasoline at low prices, 24-hour service, convenient locations throughout the Las Vegas Valley, and products that offer the best value for your money. 8 years later, we haven't changed. Southern Nevadans still benefit from ARCO's long-standing policy of customer satisfaction. ARCO, making life easier for Southern Nevada.
Travel arranged through U.S. Air, offering convenient daily non-stops between Las Vegas and Southern California. U.S. Air, America's most frequent flyer. Greg Anthony in the first half has 8 assists. Larry Johnson has 9 rebounds. Stacey Ogman has 16 points. And UNLV leads Irvine by a dozen, 49-37. The Rebels hitting 59% from the field. The Anteaters 32%. George Ackles back in the game. Shooting misses. Stacey Ogman a tremendous rebound and a follow shot right-handed that's good. And he's fouled. Athleticism.
What a great play. We got that one back there. He grabbed it on the left side, one hand, and going around and through the little reverse hook there.
Bill Mulligan has seen that act before. Stacey Ogman's had 29 points in the game against his team and 27 in another.
Larry's back in forever, Craig.
Stacey's going to have to feel ill a little more often, isn't he?
Her mom's going to have to come to the game.
That's right, one or the other. Ogman makes his 19th point. It's 52-37 Rebels. We've got 3 minutes to go in the first half. San Jose State creeping up on New Mexico State, 34-28 Aggies now. Here's the turnover. Larry Johnson to Ackles. Two-handed dunk. A rim rattler.
That was a slam.
Oh!
Larry gave him a perfect feed. George took advantage of it.
George's first points of the night, 54-37. Here's a steal by Larry Johnson right in front of his brother. He feeds over to Ogman. Right-handed dunk.
Larry to Stacey. Both the moms are sitting in front of us. Mrs. Johnson smiling, putting her head up and down, and Mrs. Ogman laughing.
Look at Billy Mulligan over there. He's even got a smile on his face. Here's Rigdon's shot, blocked by Ackles. No goaltender. He comes to Anthony. 3-on-1 to Hunt. Layup. Are they something?
It's nice.
You say they're the best team you've ever seen, huh?
I'll go forever. And you don't know what's going to happen in the future. That would not change my mind. That would not change my mind. They love playing the game. There's never been 5 kids I've watched that never enjoyed it so much.
Rigdon heads toward the lane. His shot over Ogman. Makes the bounce, didn't get it. Tipped out, though. It comes to Marshall. The follow shot is good.
And if you don't mind, Ross, I'm going to say it again, and I'll say it for all the national people. These kids have no ego.
No. Very unselfish group. The chemistry in this team is as good as I've ever seen. Here's Ackles taking the pass from Larry Johnson, missing the 5-footer. George misses again. The ball finally comes to Ricky Butler. A minute and a half to go before halftime. 58-39 Rebels. Here's Rigdon stumbling, feeding out in the corner. Jeff Von Lutzo's shot for 3 is in there. So 58-42. UNLV Hunt for 3. He's off tonight.
Yes, he's forcing it also.
Irvine with the rebound. Rigdon brings it up behind the back dribble into forecourt. Out to Jeff Herdman. Hunts on him. Over to Von Lutzo. Around Larry Johnson. Terminates the dribble. Brings it back out to Craig Marshall. Threw it away. And we have a foul, though. You have to call in the Rebels away from the ball.
I think Ackles was putting his arm in there and grabbing. Just getting back to Aaron Hunt. He sort of reminds you like a microwave. The Vinnie Johnson from Detroit fires a lot.
Irvine has had an up and down season. 33 turnovers in a game against New Mexico State. Another night they're 20 points behind Santa Barbara in the first 10 minutes. Came back and tied the game by halftime. Only to lose by 2. One night they had 65 points in the first half against UCLA. 101 in the game and got beat by 33. Another night they had 15 3-point baskets. 7 by Dylan Rigdon in the game against Fresno State. In one 12-and-a-half-minute stretch against UCSB, they made 1 field goal. And yet Irvine beat Cal this year by 10 just before Cal upset Arizona. All right, Ricky Butler makes a free throw, misses one, and here's the ball. And Price wanted over to Ogman. He was in a hurry again. Did he travel before he shot? Yes, he did.
And his mother shakes her head no this time, Stace. No, Stace.
58-43, running Rebels with 48 seconds to go in the half. Pacific leading Fresno State 53-46, and Cal State's put it in ahead of Santa Barbara 43-34. Ricky Butler takes the ball out high. He's only had 1 field goal tonight. Herdman puts up another 3-pointer. He misses. Anthony, good position underneath for a guard. Comes out there with the ball dribbling. To Ogman in close. Block and a foul called on Craig Marshall of the Anteaters.
Greg Anthony looked at 3 people that time, and they ended up giving it to Stacey Ogman underneath. Greg and Stacey have lifted their games to another level since they came here. Stacey got bopped in the head on the second foul. Greg Anthony's a perfect example of a student athlete. A wonderful student, a great athlete, one that his teammates admire.
Ogman makes his 22nd point of the first half. For a few hours yesterday, Greg Anthony was ineligible. The NCAA says you got to get out of the real estate business. You got to get out of that commercial business you're in. And when he said, okay, I will divest my interest, they made him eligible later in the day.
The people knew what that rule was that laughed.
60-43 Rebels. Erdman outside getting pressure from Ogman. The ball's on the floor. It is saved by Von Lutzo. Von Lutzo is fouled by Ackles. 6 seconds to go in the half.
What they were alluding to, that Greg was in a business, and the business could lead to improper inducements. What they didn't say, Stacy was on this man for like 10 seconds. They almost had it 2 times, but Ackles did double up and foul him. What they didn't say in this allegation, though, Ross, that Greg is a senior. Again, there is no inducement. This man's going to graduate in about another 2 months. He's been here. So these things are confusing.
He's also not taking his scholarship, which is over $12,000 a year.
Gave it to another athlete, student athlete.
Von Lutzo missed the free throw. Loose ball. Anthony's got it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Ogman puts it up ahead of the horn. It's short. That's halftime at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. And number 1 ranked UNLV enjoys a 60-43 lead over UC Irvine. We'll be back with our halftime festivities in a moment. We're happy to have back with us tonight Rossi Rollencotter of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. When he started the 16 years, got a technical foul, fell behind early 6-1, and later 12-7, and then the Rebels really turned it on. The second half, and Sonny, with UNLV having that tough road game now, about 48 hours away at Las Cruces against a good New Mexico State team. Would you expect Jerry to pull the regulars earlier than usual tonight if he can keep this kind of a lead?
I think so. I think it's time to play safe right now. This is the last major obstacle in the regular season. He has a chance for greatness with this team. That's going to be a very rough game and a very tough place to play. You know, I think he should, and I think he probably will at the 10-minute mark. We'll see all the guys that don't play a lot.
All right, the Rebels scored in the first half. Stacey Ogman led the way with 23 points. Larry Johnson had 13. Anderson Hunt, 10. 5 for Greg Anthony. 3 for Elmore Spencer. 2 apiece for George Ackles, Everett Gray, and Dave Rice, who made the start tonight. For UC Irvine, Jeff Von Lutzo had 11 points. Jeff Erdman scored 8. Cornelius Banks with 7. Dylan Rigdon with 6. Ricky Butler scored only 5 and went 1 for 5 from the field. Don May chipped in with 4, and Craig Marshall had the other 2 points. In the first half, the Rebels as a team hit 58% from the field, 26 of 45. Although they were cold on their 3-pointers, just 2 of 10 went down. For Irvine, 32.5%. The success story shooting-wise, 13 of 40, and the Anteaters 3 of 12 on 3-pointers. Individual highlights, Greg Anthony with 9 assists, Larry Johnson with 9 rebounds for UNLV. Ogman went 9 for 11. Johnson went 6 for 8.
Stacy was 9 for 11?
Yeah.
And the one was a missed 30-footer at the end.
Rebounds were even at 23. And Jerry Tarkanian was assessed the only technical foul of the first half.
Jerry's proud of that because he's told me a number of times he's only had 5 or 6 in his whole career.
Yeah. All right. UNLV in its final home game. They have won 33 straight at the Thomas and Mack Center. They win tonight, they'll extend their 1-year winning streak to 36. So a year ago this coming Tuesday, they last lost a game in Santa Barbara. Ross Porter and Sonny Vaccaro. We go to the second half on a simulcast, and the Rebels leading 60-43. We'll go right to left if you're with us on radio. All right, Anderson Hunt behind a pick. Gives it back to Larry Johnson, who set the screen down to Ogman. Stacey working against Herdman, and hangs in for a 6-footer. It's on the rim. And Stacey knocks it out of bounds. He could have gotten the foul.
Yeah,
over the back of Herdman.
Over top, he could have replayed. Quite a festive evening, Ron.
Oh, hadn't it? With the ball, Craig Marshall. Out to Herdman. Hogman tried to hit from behind. Couldn't do it. Herdman misses the shot. Stacy's got the rebound. Up to Hunt. Hunt going in against Marshall. Releases and lays it in. Anderson hadn't had that good a game setting. And you look up, he's got 12 points. As Ogman's defense improved, I mean, he's been called the best defender in college basketball now for a couple of years.
You know, he's had that reputation, though, Ross. I think he's, you know, just getting stronger and more physical, smarter player, but he's been a great defensive player from day one.
Butler missed the shot. The Rebels have the rebound. Anthony looks down low, goes to Ackles, left of the lane. Almost traveled. Now he turns around and shoots flat off the rim, rebounded by Jeff Von Lutz over Irvine. Up to Marshall, and he's knocked away by Anthony. Comes to Anderson Hunt. Down to Larry Johnson. Going to the basket, tried for a reverse layup. No foul, put it back up the second time, and now we got him out of bounds. Pretty good block down there by Jeff Herdman.
Ooh, Anthony doesn't think so. He thinks he got fouled, and I think he got fouled also. They stopped play there for a second.
Larry practicing his head trick.
Going back to Stacy, he made the Olympic team because of a defensive stopper for John Thompson in '88. So he's always had that reputation, and he's worked at it. His offensive game is what's done it. He's risen at 25 levels.
Here's a pass underneath the Butler, and it's knocked out of bounds by UNLV. Remember when he was a freshman? We used to say, you know, if he could make 1/3 of his outside shots, everybody'd be happy.
You're right. We had those kind of conversations. Listen, one of the great coaches of all time said of this young man.
Here comes stealing the ball to a network. He had a dunk.
He can only shoot 15-foot air balls. He's improved on that quite a bit.
The Rebels now leading 64-43.
I'm sorry, Ross.
Go ahead.
He wanted to become a great player. He worked to becoming a great player. He had the physical skill, that's obvious, but he learned his game as he went along. And this is a great school for him to go to when he picked it and everything worked out so well.
Down low, Butler gives it off to Von Lutz. Pump fakes 3 times and then misses the bank try under pressure from Ackles. Ogman to Anthony. Anthony to George down the middle. One-handed dunk.
You know, Larry and Stacy get some awesome ones, but Ackles might have the most dominating dunk on his team.
Timeout. 17:37 to go in the game. Defending national champion, UNLV 66, UC Irvine 43. Back in a minute.
You're gonna love this sunrise.
Well, I didn't much care for the music.
No, it was much too loud.
And I didn't much care for all that yelling either.
No.
You can't stop me, she can't stop me, nobody can stop me!
You're too young to remember London Avenue, young fella. No, they were funny.
May I suggest next time you only put it in halfway?
But no. The only kind of rockin' we do is in a chair.
That's for sure.
Comp 92.3. It's not for everybody.
It's an event you can't miss. An event so big it can only happen once a year. It's Rio's Carnival Month. Look for Rio Rita because every day beginning at 8 a.m. you can win your share of $200,000 worth of free cash and prizes. Plus there's specials on food, your favorite drinks. It's Carnival Month at the Rio, and you want to get here any way you can. So ride, drive, run to the Rio all February. It's Rio's Carnival. Food, fun, and prizes. Don't miss it.
Travel arranged through U.S. Air, offering convenient daily non-stops between Las Vegas and Southern California. U.S. Air, America's most frequent flyer. San Jose State has come back and tied New Mexico State 51-51 in the second half. Here the Rebels lead Irvine by 23. We played 2.5 minutes in the second half. Dylan Rigdon with the ball for the Anteaters. Cross-court she's passed to Gabe Higa. Kerry Johnson in the game for the first time. Gives it up to Rigdon. He leans in for a 16-footer and makes it. Rigdon Johnson with 8 points now. Here's a turnover. Coming back is Cornelius Banks for Irvine. Higa puts up another southpaw three-pointer. This one's in there.
That was 5 real quick.
Wow. And Tart doesn't like that. He's saying, what's going on, guys? 66-48. Favor of the Running Rebels. 4 minutes to play. Cal State Fullerton ahead of UC Santa Barbara, 66-52. And with 3 minutes to go, Pacific and Fresno State are deadlocked at 69. Underneath, Larry Johnson banks it in. He's had 15 points tonight. Well, they came from Dallas to see. Rebels get the ball back quickly, ahead by 20, comes down Ogden, he flies in for a two-minute dunk. My goodness.
We've got about 4 or 5 little kids, ball boys, on the Rebel bench, and their mouths just opened up about 6 feet wide on that one.
Denny McGarvey tells me that the Rebels have had 16 fast break opportunities this evening, and they have converted 13 of the 16. Ricky Butler, after 13 for 13 Thursday night against Fullerton, is now 1 for 6. In the game, David Holloway out of Carson, California. Irvine gives it up. Hunt leads ahead to Ackles. Went under. And a very difficult lay-in. He went under the basket, threw it back up off the glass, and it went in. 72-48. Billy Mulligan letting his reserves play now. This youngster, David Holloway, was a high school teammate of Cornelius Banks. He gives it to his buddy, and Banks misses a three-pointer. Rebels rebound. Here's Anthony up to Ogden on the baseline. Cross course to Anderson Hunt. Lob down low to Ackles. Ackles turns in, jumps over Dante from 7, no good. Larry Johnson, great position, and an offensive foul on Larry. He got the position because he used an elbow, and they caught him.
And I think you're right. The right elbow is using the left hand to get the ball, the right elbow to push off.
Well, when you're 24 points ahead, what the heck, right?
The fans don't say what the heck. They're moaning.
Needing help now is David Holloway. Finally, the ball pass to Banks. He puts it up and lays it in underneath. And I think they would have called goaltending if the ball hadn't rolled in. 72-50 in favor of top-ranked UNLV. USC won tonight to beat Oregon 84-71. UCLA exploded late to beat Oregon State at Pauley today, 87-56. Pass down low to Larry Johnson. Working against Kerry Johnson. Johnson against Johnson, a foul called on Don May, who came over to help.
Johnson's good medical supply, but that wasn't a good matchup there.
No, it wasn't. Elmore Spencer in, George Ackles out for UNLV.
Watch his quick reverse right here. It was over. Ross, apparently some people heard us the other night when I asked you the question about, do you think all 5 of the Rebels will make the tournament team?
I talked to Art Manteris about that at half, and I was going to get to that. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I've been thinking about it.
Okay.
I've been thinking about it, and I got some comments to make. Larry Johnson's got 2 free throws. In case you were with us, Sonny mentioned Thursday night that he would put all 5 Rebels on his Big West Conference first-team All-Star squad. And I really don't think that's as far-fetched as some other people around the conference might think. I think Larry Johnson and Stacey Ogden are going to be unanimous. I think either Greg Anthony or Anderson Hunt will be selected, but maybe not both of them.
Only because you don't want to put both of them on.
Larry Johnson makes a couple of free throws to make it 74-50. Here's a pass under to Don May against Spencer. Brings it back out to Banks. Charges down, puts it over Rockland, and scores nicely. Good
that
shot.
Was a good shot.
Very nice.
Stacey played him hard, and he beat him.
74-52, Running Rebels. Anderson Hunt for 3. He's got it. Anderson's first tray of the night. And Anderson, of course, the record holder at UNLV, even though he's a junior. He's made 247 three-point baskets.
You know, scorers and shooters have no conscience, and Anderson has none. He can shoot it from anywhere.
Here's a ball lost to the Rebels. Spencer to Anthony. Alley-oop, one-handed dunk, Larry Johnson.
From Greg Anthony.
Unselfish. 79-52. Larry's brother seated right in front of us. Love that. 19 for LJ. Here's a pass. Trying to save it. Back on the court was Kerry Johnson. He threw it off one of the Rebels. Pretty good maneuver down there.
Greg Anthony's grandmother sitting to the right with Flinny Ray Williams, one of the all-time great Rebel. And she was quite pleased with the pass right there.
No, I think George Ackles probably has less of a chance of making the first-team all-conference squad than the other 4.
I'll go along with that, but
All
I
right.
don't know who this other the kid Gray from Santa Barbara. is the
Gary
other one.
Gray, you got to think about. You got to think about Don Little of Pacific, or maybe even Ricky Butler of Irvine. Here's Larry Johnson stepping in front of the pass, stealing it, going down foul by Cornelius Banks.
So you know what I'm going to do on that theory there? Those are the three names that come up. See, Butler I can't put in there at all. But the other two kids are legitimate, and if they make it, they deserve to make it. If Larry touches the ball, he gets fouled anytime he's down low.
Yeah.
He's going over. He's so strong.
Mulligan's put an entire new quintet on the floor. He's going back to his starters. Herdman, Von Lutzo, Butler, Marshall, and McDonald.
Just to go through that, if you played one-on-one with the kid Lido and Gray, I'd take George Ackles if you wanted to play a one-on-one game.
Okay. Pass down low. Larry Johnson's shot from 4 feet out of the lane, no good, and Larry got a foul going after the miss.
So
that'll be his second. Now I want to throw a couple names at you for guards, since I agree with you. I think Greg Anthony and Anderson Hunt deserve to be first-team All-Conference. But I think it might go to Joe Small of Fullerton, who's had a pretty good year, or to Lucius Harris of Long Beach State.
Harris is supposed to lead that team to second place, and he didn't do it. They're stumbling. Now, the small kid's pretty good. I've caught him 3 or 4 times, and he is a fine basketball player. But the only thing I know is I've talked to NBA people. Anderson Hunt would go late first, early second if he went now. So I don't know if Small could go late first or early second.
Marshall shoots an air ball for Irvine. Anderson Hunt rebounds for the Rebels, and the crowd lets the anteater know it's an air ball. He knows. Here's Anthony's three-pointer, center court, good. And the lead mounts to 30 points at 82 to 52. Still over 13 minutes to go. The pass down to Butler, and Elmore Spitzer knocked it away. Comes on a ricochet off of Von Lutzo out of bounds.
And just staying with what we're talking, hoping the fans, let's watch it.
Hunt three-pointer out of the right corner, good. Well, he's warmed up, and he's got 20 points, 10 since halftime. 85-52. This is what Billy Mulligan feared. He joined us late. Irvine led in this game 6-1 and 12-7. The last tie was at 14. I think Stacy Ogman may have just slapped the ball out of bounds over there. Here comes another 5-some back in there for the Anteaters. What's Billy doing? Is he that unhappy with his starters?
I think so.
Maybe.
When you substitute in mass, you're mad. When you go one
Yep.
at a time, you're trying to make a change.
Rebels have outscored Irvine 11-0, and they've done it in 2 minutes. So with the ball outside, David Holloway over to Cornelius Banks. Gabe Higa. Don May is in there, along with Kerry Johnson for UCI. Holloway's pass knocked out of bounds by Larry Johnson.
This might be my night to see Brian Emerzian score. That's what I'm waiting for.
The odds makers have listed UNLV as even money to win the NCAA championship. Here's traveling call and back corner for Cornelius Banks. Sonny, even money. That is, to me, a very strong statement. Indiana is the second choice tonight at 7-1.
Ross, you see these things quoted in the papers. Those guys that write these stories in the papers don't take the bets.
Here's Hunt three-pointer. Good. 88-52.
If they really put it out and you could walk up to a book, a legal book in Las Vegas and make that bet, Ross, what do you think the public would do? They'd just bury that line. I mean, it's just a,
Rebels on a 22-4 run. And there's a two-handed dunk by Kerry Johnson. They get it down to Hunt in the far corner, 88-54. Here's Greg Anthony hanging for an 11-foot shot that didn't hit the iron. It's rebounded by Kerry Johnson. Irvine coming back. Johnson all the way. He's fouled by Stacy Ogman going in. Well, the game's out of sight, so we're just going to talk about the Rebels and their postseason tournament situation.
He was sandwiched there. In fact, I thought Anderson got him before Stacy. No, Anderson got the ball. They're going to stay in the West, so either
okay,
go.
I was going to say what the other 63 teams who are invited to this tournament when the pairings come out March 10th, what all of them want to do is stay out of UNLV's regional. And I agree with you, and I think most people say the Rebels will be in the West.
They will. Now, here's the other thing you think of. the Rebels bring more fans than any other school in America.
Yeah.
And they stay in the West. If they go to Arizona, I guarantee you there'll be 10,000 people in Arizona.
Let's set that up for the people who don't know. The sub-regionals this year are at Salt Lake City and Tucson. Arizona, if they stay in the West, cannot play at Tucson. That's their home court. They'd have to go to Salt Lake City.
If Arizona beats Duke tomorrow, Ross, I predict they'll get a #1 seed in the East.
That shot.
I think so. I think Syracuse will lose again.
Gary Johnson misses 2 free throws. Travis Bice in the game puts up a 3-pointer, and he made it.
This game, Duke and Arizona tomorrow, will be a seed game, Ross.
Travis Bice has 42 field goals this year. 36 of the 42 have been 3-pointers. 91-54 Rebels with 11:20 to go in the game. They have put on another marvelous show tonight. The final home game for 6 seniors. A shot by Banks is blocked. The foul on Elmore Spencer. That should be his 3rd. Okay, we agreed the other night. We think that UNLV, Arkansas, and Ohio State will be top seeds in the tournament. I think it's going to be Duke, North Carolina, or Syracuse in the East.
Okay. I think Syracuse could beat one more time. No, I don't think they'll win. If they don't win the Big East tournament, I don't think they'll get a #1 seed. Arizona wins over Duke. I think they'll get the #1 seed in the East because they'll close out about 24-5. Okay, now I don't think they may not deserve it. They've lost to some lesser teams. They struggled. But the Duke game's going to be an important seed game.
Banks makes 1 free throw, misses the second.
And they have no tournament, Ross, so they can't lose this tournament.
Okay. We got a foul down as Elmore Spencer went in to shoot. Foul's going to be called on Don May.
And I don't think the committee, I just can't see them shipping Arkansas or Arizona to Salt Lake City to make them play a regional game.
And since Indiana lost the other night to Iowa, they got no chance for #1 seed, do they?
Absolutely not.
All right, timeout. 11:07 to go. UNLV's breezing. Running Rebels 91, UC Irvine 55. We'll be back in a moment.
My new Ford Explorer is the perfect truck.
Perfect car.
It's great for skiing or off-road.
Or for business trips, going out on the town.
It's Four Wheeler Magazine's Truck of the Year.
I think it's very cosmopolitan.
It's built Ford tough to stand up.
It's a very comfortable and practical car.
Godden Ford has a great selection of 4-door or 2-door Explorers starting as low as $14,997.
And the best part is we got it from Godden Ford. And they know all about tough trucks.
And great deals.
Come to the new Palace Station during our grand reopening and try the all-new Iron Horse Cafe featuring authentic Chinese cuisine and American fare. Or the new Whistle Stop Snack Bar for great deli sandwiches. And the new Palace Saloon with nightly live entertainment. Our 600-room tower and new parking garage are just steps from all the fun. It's an all-new Palace Station. It'll be your favorite all over again.
Palace Station. Play the favorites.
Gary Martin, President, Nevada Copy Systems.
Las Vegas, Reno, Carson City, Lake Tahoe. You know, when I made a commitment to the folks at Sharp Electronics to be the largest copier dealer in the state of Nevada, I also made a commitment to provide local service, the best service in each of our communities. Statewide capability, local service.
Statewide capability, local service. Call Nevada Copy Systems, the authority in office technology. Sharp copiers, display typewriters, fax machines.
And local accountability.
They're having a lot of fun tonight at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. The Rebels about to complete their second successive unbeaten home season with a big lead over Irvine at 91-55. And we still have over 11 minutes to go in the ball game, and the Rebels hitting 61%. Now it's 62 as Greg Anthony hits a three-pointer, his 3rd three-pointer of the night. 94-55. Running Rebels averaging 103.2 points a game. 3rd best in the country behind Southern University and Loyola Marymount. Don May, the ball knocked away to Bice. To Ogman. Ogman going down against Higa and lays it over the rim and in. 27 for Stacy Ogman. So 3 times in his career against Irvine, he scored 27 or more points in the game. The Rebels by 41. In a game they once trailed by 5. Here's an alley-oop pass, almost went to the basket.
I thought it did.
I did too. Down in the game for Irvine for the first time, down under being fouled, is Rick Swanwick, 6'10 freshman out of El Toro. Oh, wow. Greg Anthony has 15 assists. Larry Johnson has 12 rebounds. Stacey Ogman has 27 points. Anderson Hunt has 23 points. And Larry Johnson's going to leave, and this is probably his farewell appearance in Las Vegas.
And Jerry's encouraging the fans, and he's never done that. I've never seen Clark get demonstrative. He's to take a curtain call. Be proud, Mrs. Johnson. You're going to find son. Yes. Yes. I wish they'd get the camera on Clark. I've never seen Jerry this demonstrative, this animated.
Jerry is really emotional about that. He says Larry Johnson is the finest person I have ever met.
Well, that's a heck of a statement considering he has some sons out there. So we'll just exclude family when Jerry makes that statement. But that is a tremendous compliment.
10-11 to go in the game. Johnson, the first regular to go to the bench. Las Cruces is 48 hours away for UNLV. Marshall over to Herdman. Down low, Marshall got fouled as he drove in.
Now I think he's going to go one at a time, like we said at the 10-minute mark, Ross.
It's a good point right here to take him out. Every gray in. I think Stacey Ogman will be the next to leave. There he is. The Iceman goes out. Missed free throw, Rebels rebound, down to Bice, back to Anthony. Back to Travis. Anthony puts about a 26-footer on the rim. Ackles knocks it back to Greg. He throws underneath. No look pass.
That's the highlight. That's the highlight, Mr. Porter. That's the highlight.
Oh, 98-55.
That's the highlight.
A steal by Anthony. Going out against Von Lutz, at least for Gray. Gray back to Spencer, loose ball. Elmore saves it and got fouled in the corner by Jeff Herdman. Well, they're making their final appearance of the year in Las Vegas. Something to see, these running Rebels.
Yes, it is.
H. Wallman in, and Greg Anthony says goodbye to the fans in Las Vegas. Spitzer out to Bice. Travis's three-pointer. It's there. His dad's here tonight taking the game in. Travis, a junior. 101-55. Over to Marshall in the corner. The Rebels by 46 points, and we got 9 minutes to go. On the eve of Billy Mulligan's 61st birthday, the Anteaters turn it over. Gray coming back 3-on-2 to Ackles. Good-handed, left-handed dunk. Mulligan just shaking his head over there, admiring the talent of the court. Playing against him. Jeff Herdman, it's a three-pointer. 106 three-pointers for Jeff in his career at Irvine. 103-58. Bice out to Wallman. To Gray. To Ackles. Ackles fade away from the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Irvine. Herdman. Up to McDonald. Down low it goes. Here is Von Lutzow turning and missing. Followed by Ricky Butler is good. 103-60. 8:12 to go. Ackles will be the next man I think will go out. Gray thought about a three-pointer, turned it down. Bice, he'll put up a three-pointer. Too long. Ackles had it, comes to Butler. Coming down is Gerald McDonald. Around Travis, baseline jumper, banked it in nicely.
That was a fine shot.
103-62 in favor of UNLV. Wallman in close to Spencer. Wraparound pass to Ackles. Missed the bank try. Comes to Irvine.
He smacked him. It was an accident. He was reaching for the ball, and George Ackles caught him with the right hand.
New Mexico State has beaten San Jose State 72-67.
That's much closer than what they thought it would be.
Yeah, they were 11-point favorites. George Ackles will leave.
Chris Jr. is going to play.
And Chris takes off the warm-up.
Parker got 7:39 for remaining time.
You know, Sonny, you think about a kid like George Ackles, who sat there last year and watched this team win the national championship without him eligible. He had broken the navicular bone in his wrist. Had to be heartbreaking to him. So many days he hung in there. He practiced hard. He got himself in shape to play this year. He got out of foul trouble. He was always foul prone 2 years ago.
Yes.
Turned himself into, I think, an outstanding player that complements the other four on this Rebel team. And it's really heartwarming to see that kind of a young man be able to be here for this.
Very, very much. What you said is all true, Ross. Another thing you have to understand, he's a player similar to Armin Gillen without a big high school name. That young man got an elbow or something.
Yeah, that's Jeff Von Lutzow over there.
And he came out. Coach Gergich found him in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jerry's had a lot of luck with kids from Pittsburgh. And George has just added to it. But he's worked in his game. He'll make a living, whether it's in the NBA or in Europe. George will make a buck playing basketball.
I agree with you. I've heard a lot of NBA scouts this year say, wait a minute, George Ackles is a better player than I thought he was.
He's up and down the court so well. That's the key.
Making the free throw for UC Irvine is Cornelius Banks. He has a total of 13 points tonight. Rebels leading by 40, 103-63. And the next free throw also is in there. Don May comes back for the Anteaters. Melvin Love's on the court for UNLV. We got a timeout. 7:39 to go. The Rebels by 39. We'll be back in a minute. Out of the court.
When you're in third grade and have a chance to meet and talk to the national champion running Rebels, what could be better? That's what the Horseshoe Stars is all about. It's a special program created by Dr. Lois Tarkanian and sponsored by the Binion family. It encourages Las Vegas third graders to study, to stay in school, stay off drugs, and stay out of youth gangs. It gives them direct access to the running Rebels as role models and friends. Great stuff for any third grader.
I got running rebel fever burning up my mind. I got running rebel fever and it feels so fine. I don't need to see a doctor or stay in bed all day. The only thing I need is just to watch those rebels play. I got running rebel fever burning up my mind. Do, 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 do.
A hint of music, an open heart, the scent of mesquite. Unforgettable moments. It doesn't take a special occasion to make an occasion special. The Steakhouse, quietly nestled in the heart of Circus Circus.
The fabulous Running Rebels are the superstars of Las Vegas, but there's another superstar in Las Vegas that always ranks #1, the magnificent Las Vegas Hilton, the world's most exciting resort hotel. Give them a call, toll free, 800-732-7117. Travis Bice's three-pointer for the Rebels is good. He's had 3 of them tonight. He's had 38 three-pointers this season. 106-64, UNLV. The biggest Rebel lead has been 48 points. Don May's got it outside. They were in the weave. It comes to Herdman. Bounce pass down to Ricky Butler. Pump fake glove and banks it in. 9 for Ricky Butler. 106 to 66 with 7 minutes to go. And the crowd's just been announced. 19,826. The second largest crowd. Driving down to try to dunk it was Gerald McDonald, and was knocked out of bounds.
H. Waldman made a fine play on that. Spencer had another lapse on the other end on it. Watch H here with the slap right on the ball.
All right, Chris Jader will come on for Elmore Spencer as Jerry will play another one of his seniors. Dave Rice started the game tonight for Anderson Hunt to go with the quartet of seniors, Johnson, Ogman, Ackles, and Anthony. And what nights they had. Ogman with 27 points, Johnson with 19, Anthony with 11 plus 16 assists, and 8 for Ackles. '06 to 68. Inside to Melvin Love. Missed a 5-footer. Rebounded by Herdman. Ricky Butler got the last basket for UCI. 6:19 to go in the game. Craig Marshall with it. In the lane to Butler. Fouled, scores. Melvin Love guilty of hitting him. So Butler has done more in the last 90 seconds than he did throughout the game.
Well, he's playing against Melvin Love instead of Larry Johnson. That certainly is one reason.
Yeah, I guess. 2 more finals are in the Big West Conference. Pacific beat Fresno State 75-73, and Cal State Fullerton defeated UC Santa Barbara 76 to 61. Long year for Jerry Pym.
Very much. Yeah, he's had much success at Santa Barbara, but not this year.
Butler free throw, no good. Everett Gray with a Rebel rebound. Only 2 teams in the top 25 got beat today. 20th ranked Virginia, 21st ranked Mississippi State. They both were underdogs on the road. Virginia lost at North Carolina State, blew a 15-point halftime lead, lost 83-76, and Alabama crushed Mississippi State 97-72 at Tuscaloosa. All right, Jeter to Wallman to the baseline to Gray. Everett lost the ball to Jeff Herdman. 106 to 70 is our score. Out to Butler, back over to Herdman. He'll put up a jump, partially blocked by Gray. To Love, down to Everett. Everett coming down, has to hold it up. He'll bring it out to Waldman. Waldman into the corner device. Here comes another 3-pointer. No good, but a foul on Don May. That should be 3 free throws. In their last 6 games against Irvine, the Rebels have scored 100 points, 98, 102, 103, 99, 117, and 106 tonight, and they got 5:31 to go. They're not going to give him the free throws.
When did he get fouled if he didn't do it while he was shooting?
I guess after the shot. Here's Cloven. Close, he got fouled. They call that one. Rebels hitting 60% from the field tonight. Rebels have had scoring runs tonight of 14-0, 29-3, and they now have had 29 unanswered scoring runs of 10 or more points this season. They can beat you so many ways. Melvin Love misses the free throw. Rebels have beaten their opponents by an average of 30.6 points a game before tonight. The NCAA record 30.3 points. Set by UCLA in 1973, and that Bruin team went unbeaten. Won a national championship. In fact, that's the last team to repeat back-to-back NCAA crowns, which is what the Rebels are trying to do this year.
Right. And then win that game, the Rebels. You didn't ask me. You didn't ask me, but I said.
106 to 70. Here's Herdman with another long shot. 27-footer's good. So Jeff Herdman has 14 points. 106-73. The margin is being reduced as the Rebel reserves are getting outscored. They've been outscored 14 points since they came in, and Vice throws the ball out of bounds. In case you're wondering, assuming UNLV is in the West, they would need 4 victories in the tournament to play the Midwest Regional Champion in the national semifinals in Indianapolis. That could be Ohio State's regional, huh?
Yeah, they'll be in the Midwest. They'll be #1.
Ricky Butler misses. Herdman on the other side rebounds and puts one in, a 2-pointer.
It's a 20-point game, Mr. Porter. Mark that one down, the big man.
20 points.
20-point game.
106 to 75. At one time it was 103 to 55. So what's that? 20 to 3. Irvine in this run. H. Wallman will put up a three-pointer. No good. On the other side, Everett Gray rebounds for the Rebels. 4:04 to go. He'll bring it out to Bice, swinging over to Wallman. Jeter posts at the top of the circle. Wallman goes to the baseline to Gray. Around his man, tried for a one-handed dunk. Ricky Butler went up, knocked the ball out of bounds. It's still UNLV's. We got a timeout. 3:55 to play. The Run Rebels 106, Irvine 75. We'll be back for the concluding moments of this game right after this.
Put your body in action with Hot Sports Fashions.
Las Vegas Sports Center has the lowest prices in town. Fitness fashion with a street attitude for less. Get the look that gets the looks. Only at Las Vegas Sports Center.
Hot Sports Fashions.
There has never been a show like it. Peter Jackson's spectacular King Arthur's Tournament. For tickets, call 597-7600. Two dinner performances nightly. King Arthur's Tournament. You won't believe your eyes.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Wilden. At Wilden's Pride Dodge, we're slashing prices during our 3rd anniversary sale. Select this 1991 Shadow America, the lowest priced American car, for just $74.98. The sporty 91 Spirit for only $96.50, or truly one of America's most luxurious cars, the 91 Dodge Dynasty, for $11,788. All are equipped with driver's airbags. Come see us at Wilden's Pride Dodge. You'll be glad you did.
At Pride Dodge. At Pride Dodge.
Ross Porter and Sonny Vaccaro back at the Thomas and Mack Center. We're on a simulcast. Rebels leading 106 to 75 over Irvine with just under 4 minutes to go. H. Wallman out to Travis Bice. Brings it back to H. Everett Gray in the right baseline area. Pass underneath, knocked out of bounds by Gabe Higa. Well, here's a surprise. 13th ranked East Tennessee State got beat tonight by Marshall.
That is a major surprise. You know, Cleve Edwards is assistant down at Marshall.
Yes, he is. He's been the Rebel staff.
Cutter.
3:33 to play here. Jeter, 17-foot jumper. The senior missed. Tipped no good. David Rice, another senior back in the game for UNLV. He started tonight. Rebounding for UCI was Rick Swanwick. Comes out now to David Holloway. Rebels hitting 58% from the field. Irvine 42%. Higa puts up a three-pointer, and he scores. Boy, they...
It's about 25 to 3, I think.
It's at least 23 to 3. So now the Rebel lead is 106 to 78. Chris Jeter traveled, double dribble, really.
This group does not look functional.
No, it doesn't.
That's not the way it should be.
Now, 23 to 3 Irvine in the last 6 minutes.
Keep the hands off that 23.
Pass under the basket, going up to shoot and getting clobbered underneath was Kerry Johnson. Everett Gray fouled him. Well, since this is my final regular season UNLV game, a couple people I'd like to thank, if I may. Joe Hawk and Jim Higgins of the Rebel Publicity Sports Information Office, as well as all the Rebel coaches and staff. It's been fun to work with Dennis Vanek, Dick Manugian, our executive producer on television, the head of Rebel Radio Sports, Mark Ratner, our engineers, Mitch Halpern and Jay Sapovitz, statistician Denny McGarvey, and last but certainly not least, Sonny Vaccaro. And I hope that we'll be together again with our radio audience at the Final Four in Indianapolis on March the 30th.
Make a reservation, Ross.
Okay.
We'll bring you up. Tell Tommy and the guys you're going to go see a little basketball in a couple of days.
Kerry Johnson missed the free throw, and the follow shot was in there by Cornelius Bass. The run continues for Irvine. They scored the last 16 points until that one by Everett Gray. What is that, Sonny? Just can't get it together as a unit?
That's the whole thing. And they're all basically selfish at this point, too, Ross. They're throwing up some thumb passes, shots. Garbage time. It's no different in the big leagues than it is here.
What a bank shot by Cornelius Banks.
It'll look good for Billy tomorrow morning in the paper.
18 for Banks. He had a one-game high at 20 in the opener against UCLA. Now Everett Gray sinks a three-pointer for the Rebels. He's got 9 points tonight.
You know, I don't know Bill Mulligan, and I never had a chance to. A lot of the guys I have had spent some time with, but I think I would have liked him.
Yes.
You know, just watching his teams play over the years.
I told him tonight we're going to miss you because you've been good for the college game.
Yes, he has. And, you know, and I said, I don't know the man, but I've enjoyed his players. I've enjoyed him.
No call there. Gray went down, no foul. Wallman back 4 on 3. The Rice, jump up, no good. Comes over in the corner. Jeter and Rice are after both the seniors of the Rebels. Out to Wallman. Minute 27 to play. Back to Rice. Put it up, Dave. Dave dribbling out, gives to Wallman. Wallman over to Everett Gray. Gray out to Rice. David's three-pointer. No good. And it's run down by Kerry Johnson. Minute 5 to play. Pass down low. And as Swanwick went in, the ball game loose. Now we got a foul call. I think they get Chris Jeter. Traveled first. All right.
Come on, target Bryant in. I think he forgets about the poor child sitting down at the end of the bench.
That score in overtime, Marshall 107, East Tennessee State 103. Travis Bice nails a three-pointer from outside.
Four tonight, Rob.
And hitting a layup underneath and equaling his seasonal high is Cornelius Banks. And then the ball lost by the Rebels out of bounds. Goodness gracious. Bice has 4 three-pointers himself. We look for a lot of three-pointers tonight, and we've had them.
Right here.
I've got the Rebels with 12.
Made?
12 made. And I've got Irvine with 7.
19 trades. I wonder what the attempts were.
Everett Gray for 3. That's no good. 114 to 86. 20 seconds to play. Irvine's got the ball. David Holloway all the way down the lane. Misses the shot. Gray's got the rebound. Throw it down to Chris Jeter, but it's off of the hands of Cornelius Banks. Irvine's got it back. 8 seconds to play. Gabe Higa comes up. He passes the baseline. Kerry Johnson. The shot's no good. Everett Gray rebounds. And this ball game is over. UNLV concludes its 2nd consecutive home season undefeated at the Thomas and Mack Center as they power past UC Irvine. Final score tonight, UNLV 114 and UCI 86. Jerry Tarkanian and Billy Mulligan shake hands perhaps for the final time as coaching adversaries. Great relationship by those two. And their clubs tonight put on a good show here before a tremendous crowd of 19,826 in Las Vegas. UNLV now has won 36 in a row, 25 of them this year. They stretched their home court winning streak to 34 since January of 1989. And the Rebels now have a tough one coming up Monday night against New Mexico State at Las Cruces. We'll be back for the wrap-up in a moment.
For a limited time only, when you come to a participating Chili's and buy any meal, you receive a Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, which lets you bring someone along free when flying on one of Southwest Airlines' full-fare round-trip tickets. What a deal! Just come into Chili's, enjoy a great meal, and get a Partner Pass, and take anyone you want on your next trip free, like your mom or your sister.
Southwest Airlines Partner Pass, only at Chili's.
Or your boss. You could take your boss.
That should be proof.
Good. Now this fan represents
The finest medical skill and experience. A higher technology. And a passion for personal caring is good healthcare. And healthcare this good is easy to find at Valley Hospital.
It's an event you can't miss. An event so big it can only happen once a year. It's Rio's Carnival Month. Look for Rio Rita because every day beginning at 8 a.m., you can win your share of $200,000 worth of free cash and prizes. Plus, there's specials on food, your favorite drinks. It's Carnival Month at the Rio, and you'll want to get here any way you can. So ride, drive, run to the Rio all February. It's Rio's Carnival. Food, fun, and prizes. Don't miss it.
Rebel fans in the city of Las Vegas said goodbye to 6 seniors tonight, and they bowed out with quite a performance here at the Thomas and Mack Center. Number 1 ranked UNLV handily beating UC Irvine 114-86, and again they once led by 48 points. And then the reserves got outscored by 20 in the final 9 minutes of the game. Hi again, everybody. Ross Porter with Sonny Vaccaro. I just keep shaking my head as I watch this team play, Sonny.
It's easy to understand why. They're very talented, very unselfish. It's a great basketball team, and I think they're going to earn their place in history in another 6 weeks, Ross.
I think Monday night's going to be a very tough assignment over at Las Cruces for UNLV.
It will be. It's a fitting way to end the season. Good teams will rise to the occasion, and this team will. And I think Tark did one of the great jobs of that he's ever done this year. It's hard keeping a team focused. It's hard keeping them going all the time. Everybody's shooting. It wasn't the toughest schedule in America, but they did what they had to do, and they did it convincingly, and they kept them at a high level all year.
The last 2 years, Neil McCarthy has been the conference coach of the year. Can Jerry Tarkanian not be a coach of the year and maybe have back-to-back national championships?
I think people will vote on that sometime. I mean, it's impossible to think of that. That doesn't mean that Neil doesn't do a good job.
No, he does a good job.
Jerry Pym and a lot of great coaches. I think the man of Pacific did a very good job.
Bob Thomas.
But you've got to recognize the ultimate achievement. The ultimate achievement is winning the national championship. The ultimate achievement is winning the league, winning the conference. Jerry Tarkanian's done this. Not only should he be coach of the year, in the league or stuff like that, he should be national coach of the year. And I think, again, on his way to the Olympic Hall of Fame, or the Hall of Fame in college basketball. And I said that after last year, and nothing has changed my mind, and nothing ever will change my mind.
Sonny, great working with you again this year along with Denny Hovanek. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ross, and good luck to the Dodgers.
Thank you. Hope to see you at Indianapolis in the Final Four. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your great support throughout the year. Now, Ross Porter, speaking for Sonny Vaccaro, wishing you a very pleasant good evening from the Thomas and Mack Center, where undefeated UNLV won again, beating UC Irvine 114-86. Good night, all. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. This has been a United International production. Dick J. Manoogian, executive producer.